back to Pick and Roll, everybody. I'm Sean. That's EJ.
What's
We're
good?
right in the middle of the NBA playoffs. Round 2 began this week, earlier in the week. We are recording this on Friday, May 8th, just after Game 2s of each series in the West and the East. I think right now, Knicks-Sixers Game 3 is happening. So we'll see if Sixers can make this a series.
Yeah, let's get it.
Let's get right into it. The good, bad, and ugly. Good being, something you like. Bad being something not so great. Ugly being something just straight up horrible. You want to start us off, EJ, with this playoff edition?
Yeah, it's easy. Let's get it on. For my good, on my camera blurry. That's okay. We're going to get it on. For good, I'm going to go with... See, Sean, I had 2, right? I have 2 prepared, and I didn't know which one I was going to do, right? And so I wanted to see which one would fit with the playoffs. So I'm going to choose OKC, right? OKC, I know the game with the Lakers last night, very controversial. We saw what Reeves and LeBron did after the game, but you can't deny OKC has been elite all year, including the playoffs. They just swept Phoenix in 4, and they have a Lakers team that just went to 7 with the Rockets. They aren't really rested. They haven't got their prepper training for OKC specifically. You know what I'm saying? So OKC is just dog watering them right now, Sean, and we see this right now. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to continue to see it throughout the playoffs. Hopefully, if they make it through the Lakers in 4, if not 5 or 6 max. I'm not pushing this to 7. I think, and if they do push this to 7, OKC wins this, without a doubt. My bad, Sean, it's got to go to the Lakers, man. Like it has to. And the reason is because, and listen, I know, Sean, you, Antonio, y'all, this, that, and third. Listen what I got to say, right? Listen what I got to say. The Lakers, without Luka, ran past the Rockets, and I know they were missing KD, but hold on, listen what I gotta say. I just think you have enough to at least win one of these games. Now, if I'm thinking they can make me win Game 3 or 4 or both, the best case scenario is winning both these next 2 games. That's why they're not in my ugly, because they're not out of it completely, but it's getting there where we have to raise the red flag of what did we do? Like, is
better
like
last night.
Fair enough. They did look better last night, and I'll give them the benefit of the doubt that the calls that the refs were calling was bullshit, because I'm not gonna lie, they called a lot of calls for Shea, not enough. They called 0 for Braun, including the and 1 for Reeves. I know his comments to the refs, he's gonna get fined later today or tomorrow, whatever. He probably got fined already by the time we released this video. So that's my bad. And for my ugly, I'm going with the Cleveland Cavaliers, Sean. I'm sorry. And honestly, you said this, and listen, I'll be the first one to say this. I was wrong. James Harden is not clutch in the playoffs. He will never be clutch in the playoffs. I gave him the benefit of the doubt because he has been in the league for 15 years. And he joined the team where you already have 3 All-Stars, one Hall of Famer in Mitchell, Allen. You have Mobley. You have the Twin Towers right there.
He's playing with a broken hand.
Sure, facts. But Sean, we had better expectations for them than to be down 2-0. And to be fair, the Pistons have been number 1 for this whole season. They have claimed and acknowledged that number 1 spot this whole season, Sean. So I do understand where they are struggling at, as Detroit is very physical. They are a defensive team, Sean. That's facts, right? So they're gonna have to be physical as well. They're not really physical as like Jared Allen, Evan Mobley, cool, but other than that, like Isaiah Stewart, Duren, Amen Thompson, even Herter, even Robinson, especially Cade, they are very physical players. So if you can't compete with the physicality of the game every single night, that's why Orlando lost, because Orlando could match with the physicality that Detroit has, and Cleveland is in that position right now. So that's my really good, bad, ugly.
Yeah, all props to you for that. Lakers are looking not so great right now. They did look better last night. You know, the officiating is in play. You know, the meeting with the ref yesterday was a little weird. You know, we're seeing one too many guys step up and speak out against OKC with these calls. You know, but that's neither here nor there. I don't think that the Lakers have a chance of beating them regardless. But they did look better last night, which is an improvement. Like, it was a close game for majority, which I was kind of like, okay, well, shit. I guess I have to keep watching until I turned it off in the fourth once the 10-point lead came back.
That was crazy.
And with the Cavs, man, I really like. There's something really wrong with them, and I've seen it honestly since like
it's looking bad, real bad.
Since around March, late March, April.
There we go.
And I started to sniff. And dude, like, honestly, is this a coaching issue? Like, we'll get into a little bit of this later, but like,
I mean,
I don't know, man.
I don't know.
They're not moving. They don't look connected.
It doesn't look like a team to me, Sean. It doesn't. And this is my last point before you get to yours. Kenny Atkinson, one hell of a coach. You know, one hell of a coach. But you, like, again, red flags. You have 4 all-stars on your team, and you maybe have a top 5 bench in the league, and you're a top 5 East team, and you're a top 10 team in the whole NBA. Come on now, no. Why did Toronto take you to 7? Like Toronto, there's no solidified superstar in Toronto. Scotty Barnes is on his way to superstar. Don't get me wrong, but he's not a superstar right now. You let Scotty Barnes average 31 in the playoffs. That's crazy.
They barely beat the Raptors.
Exactly, that's crazy. And now they're down. And now they're down 2-0 to a team that's known for physicality, that came back from 3-1 against Orlando, which is a defense-heavy team. Now you go against Cleveland, Sean, they have no chance. Zero. Zilch.
It's not looking good.
Done.
They really needed to take game 2 to kind of just say,
hey,
right there with you. But they messed that one up. No one's cutting. Their offense isn't fluid enough. It's just too much ISO ball, man. It's just it's either Donovan Mitchell, go get us a bucket, Harden, go do something, Mobley, go do something. And the truth is Mobley has not developed into the offensive player we had hoped for by now.
Unfortunately,
Harden is dealing with a finger injury, doesn't have a good history in the playoffs since maybe like 2018. It's just like he's clearly going through something. He's not fully healthy. He's turning the ball over. I'm really low on Cleveland right now. It just seems like this squad is just cursed. It's just destined to not go anywhere. And we were saying a couple weeks ago when Luke was on the pod that, you know, whatever happens this year, give Cleveland another year because, you know, Harden at the deadline, only half a season. Let's give it a full season. I'm gonna go ahead and throw that out the window. You know,
really?
I'm gonna say if I'm the GM of the Cavs right now, anything short of a conference finals, you know, dare I say finals, should honestly be. I don't want to waste another year. I don't want to pay these guys to lose in the second round every year. And it's to the point where it's getting a little impatient. They've had Donovan Mitchell for almost 4 or 5 years now, and it's just, come on, you gotta go, man.
Can I ask you this?
Year 5.
Can I ask you this real quick? Is Donovan Mitchell the problem? We've seen in his career. Look, Sean, hold on. Before you start, hold on. With the Utah Jazz, right? With Rudy Gobert, a 4-time Defensive Player of the Year. Never made it past the second round, even as the first seed in 2021. In 2020, I mean. No, in 2021. 2021. Yep, that was the first seed.
It's tough to
say. I mean, because look, James Harden has made it he's made it to the finals in his career. Younger, he's made it to the Western Conference Finals multiple times in his career. Like he's been to there. You know what I'm saying? Mitchell has never made it to either Eastern or Western Conference Finals.
I've been thinking about that, and it's I really just think it's coaching and personnel, honestly.
Okay.
Those Jazz teams, they just ran into the wrong opponents, I think, really. And these Cavs teams, they dealt with injuries last year. You know, they finally got rid of Garland. You finally thought you could be healthy, and you are healthy, and it's just not working out. And I think there's too much pressure on Donovan Mitchell. I think he's being asked to do more than he's capable of, and that's just not going to work. You can't win with hero ball, not in today's NBA. And it's truly a team game right now, and I don't know if I think it's between personnel or coaching, honestly, right now. The lack of ball movement, the lack of, honestly, just physical movement. That these guys just go to the corner and clear out for Harden or Mitchell, and that's just not working. Clearly, it's too easy to game plan against. You have no clear third option. I mean, Mobley, it is Mobley, but you don't know what you're going to get from him. Last night he got 8 points, you know, and he has high shot attempt nights, low shot attempt nights. It's just not going to work. It's not going to win you games, not going to win you playoff rounds. And so, yeah, I think the clock is ticking on Cleveland. They got to turn this series around, or we got to look at a major change. Like a second round exit. I'm looking. Honestly, I'm putting everyone on the table. I'm picking up the phone for anybody in the off season, because this can't go on anymore. This can't.
Absolutely, I agree.
The Cavs' rut has to end.
Yeah, it has to. It's gone.
And, you know, I was thinking about this earlier. You don't want to go back to tanking because the NBA is about to implement anti-tanking rules. You don't know how that's going to go. Nonetheless, you won't be able to tank as easily. You know, so it's the time is now to get your team right.
Absolutely, I agree. 100%.
Yeah. So my good. I'm gonna give Karl Anthony Towns some love this week.
Okay.
Knicks have been doing a good job, and he's been a part of it. He's been knowing his role. He's been doing what he's asked to do. He's been playing good defense, you know, passing the ball well, shooting well. It's all you can ask for. The Knicks have really turned it around. We were thinking, like, Atlanta first round, really? But now they're about to steamroll past Philly and go to back-to-back conference finals, it's looking like. And I think that doesn't happen without Cat. And he's been solid, man. 20 and 10. And then my bad, I'm going to go Philly. Embiid's hurt again. You just can't win with that guy. Every 4 games, every 5 games, something will come up. Now it's the ankle and hip after the freaking appendix surgery that just came out of nowhere. Like, this guy can't catch a break, man. He should honestly just medically retire at this point. It's crazy. Like, you're doing more harm to your body at this point than you are on the basketball court. But who knows, man? They were able to beat Boston. They were able to get out the play-in tournament, make the playoffs, make it work. He came back once. Maybe he can come back again. And they're down 0-2. It's not the end of the world, but we'll see what happens tonight, really.
Yeah. I'm watching the game right now.
I'm a little down on Philly.
No, I'm watching the Knicks. Yeah, I'm watching the Knicks Sixers game right now, actually. It's going on right now. It's very early. I think Philly's up by maybe 2 or 3. I'm not really sure. I just tuned in, but it shouldn't be much. But it's very early. But it's 25-18 first quarter.
I think it's a must win. I think it's a must win for Philly.
Honestly, for sure.
Back down from 3-1.
I think they have to win both games, especially in Philly, game 3 and 4. So, 100%.
My ugly, I'm going to go the Boston Celtics, surprisingly. I've been high on them for a while. But a blown 3-1 lead, waiting to play your bench that you've relied upon all season until Game 7 and throwing them into the starting lineup. Ron Harper, Baylor Shireman, everybody just gets thrown in the starting lineup after not getting DNPs or just like 15 minutes, like wonky minutes. And it's just very weird.
Sean, they got a big fat donut. 0. Baylor Shilerman played 29 minutes. 0 points.
It's not his fault, man. It really is.
Sean, he was starting for Jason Tatum. Your first team All-NBA. There's no, like, come on now.
You gotta look at Missoula at this point. It's just they got too comfortable. They thought we can beat them with our bench guys, and that clearly they couldn't. They underestimated Philadelphia, or maybe it was just a desperate plot. Like, shoot, they've got us figured out. We got to give them something they won't expect, But whatever it was, at the end of the day, it just didn't work, and they really got to. We talked about this last week. They really got to back off that three-point shooting philosophy, where it's just 3 after 3. They either go in or they don't. And they didn't 3 games in a row. And so that's just not working anymore. Not with this team. You had a good run with Porzingis and Holiday. You got the championship. So it's a winning formula. But I don't think it can work anymore. It's not worth the risk. Because what if you have 3 bad shooting games? Then you blow a 3-1 lead and you lose a series. And so I don't think they need to do away with it completely, but they need to step down a little bit from it. And not make it your do or die, your end all be all, because they died by the 3, really in this series. Honestly, they had good looks, they just couldn't hit them, and so you need to find other ways to score.
Not to mention Derek White was 5 from 20 or 5 from 18 from the 3, 5 from 26 from the 3. First half, he was chucking up threes, he was making them, he was, he was being Derek White, the role player, the one we know, Second half,
it happens.
Nah, man,
it happens.
Listen, French fries, brother. French fries, hot and ready. You hear me? He wasn't hot and ready. No sir. No sir.
Do you think they brought back Tatum too soon, and he just it was this good leg that went down, and he guys after an injury he may be accidentally putting more weight on the good leg, and it just gave out. I don't know. He wasn't ready. He jumped to big minutes too fast. His body wasn't ready. Do you think that's a possibility, or do you think it's just bad luck?
I mean, to be honest with you, I feel like that's just it's a very hard question to answer. So I truly believe.
Just bad luck. He looked.
Yeah, I mean, look with how Tatum is and how he came back strong. He wasn't averaging 25, 26 a game, but he was averaging around that, expected. He was getting that expected 19 to 22, maybe 23 a game within those 25 to 27 minute restriction that Mazzulla put on him when he came back.
He improved his rebounding. He was rebounding
coming into the playoffs. We expected, okay, Boston, Philly, maybe is everybody thought 5-6 games. Nah, bro. And to be fair, Tatum and Vuk didn't play Game 7, but that was the same roster y'all had in the regular season. Y'all had Jaylen Brown, y'all had Derek White, y'all had Baylor Shireman, y'all had Ron Harper Jr., y'all had Neemias Queta, y'all had all of those players, and they played exceptionally well in their role that they were supposed to be. But in the playoffs, in Game 7, and basically a prove-it game, because you haven't won a title in 2 years, and I just don't. And last year you probably would have made it to the finals if Tatum didn't get hurt. But again, we don't know. We never will know. And so this was their time to prove it, and they didn't, Sean. And maybe if Tatum was out there, it would have been different.
Mm-hmm. Maybe it would definitely have helped. You need him in a Game 7.
Absolutely.
I think they might have just gotten too relaxed. They might have just been like, "We'll beat them. We're better than them." Mm-hmm. But sometimes you just got to play hard. I mean, Game 7 is anybody's game. You can't forget that, no matter what.
Yeah.
And I think they might have just been a little overconfident. It seems, Joe Mazzulla just throwing the bench guys in. It just seems a little. It just seems a little bullish to me. It seems like it takes a lot of balls to do that, and say, yeah, look, this is how confident we are that we'll play the bench guys, and we'll still beat you. I just and Jaylen Brown was clearly a little bit worse in this series. I think he was just seeing crazy coverages. Shot wasn't going in as well. It was truly just worst case scenario for the Celtics. Jaylen Brown can't get it going. None of your role players are hitting their shots, and Tatum goes down in Game 7 when you need him most. And out of every team to be prepared to play without their best player, you'd think it would be this team because they did it all season until March. But it just looked like they were back to square one, like they hadn't played without him before. And it's just weird. It's just weird, man. Yeah. We'll see what they do for next season.
It's very weird. It's very weird.
I am curious. I don't think they'll break it up, but you never know.
Yeah, fair enough. What's
been your favorite player these playoffs so far? Who's that's kind of unexpected? Who's kind of came out of the bushes for you?
Well, I mean, PG-13, man. Honestly, I mean, if you come back, I mean, look, we all know about PG last year. Only played 22 games, average around like 14, 15. We had his lowest numbers since he got injured way back in the day in Indiana. I think 2015, something like that. He only averaged 8 points that season. So, PG for sure, man. Like, first of all, this is the first man in history. Sean, I don't know if you pay attention to TikTok, but he has 3 theme songs, dog.
3 theme songs?
Theme songs, bro. Like, you go on TikTok, bro, you start scrolling, you see PG basketball edits. They got, you probably don't know this, but the song Return of the Mac by Mark Morrison, bro.
Don't know that one. I'm not glued in on the PG.
Listen to that shit, gang. Listen to that shit, basically, the song's about making a comeback, look like the return of the Mac. You feel me? Like, you feel me? So, like, PG, he got suspended for the PEDs, and he wasn't playing like PG-13. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Now the second half of the season, and then to add Embiid, who is still giving you that, between 28 and 33 points a game. Tyrese, VJ, so all that added together, and PG gonna give you 22 to 23 to 24 a night. He gonna give you a 30 if he really shooting his shots and making his free throws. So that's why I say that, and because who thought PG, VJ, Tyrese, and Embiid was gonna beat Boston?
I mean, if they're healthy, it's possible,
I think
I didn't
when PG when PG plays better than normal, if he gets 30, 35, Tyrese gonna give you 25 and 10. VJ gonna give you 16, 7 and 5. And B gonna get
between him and VJ.
You feel me? And then Embiid, if when he's healthy, he gonna give you 25 to 28 a game. You know what I'm saying? Like on the subtle side. So I'm gonna say PG for sure, man. For sure.
Yeah, comeback player of the playoffs. Boosting trade value. That's what he's doing.
Yeah, man. For real.
He's making that contract look a little bit better. a little bit.
You telling me? Yeah.
A guy I've really enjoyed these playoffs. Who kind of came out last year a little bit. He kind of peaked around the corner, but I think he's fully out. He's sprinting at you. Terrence Shannon Jr., man, for the Timberwolves.
TJ Shannon,
athletic as hell, bro. I mean, this guy is so fast. He's faster than Fox. You
saw that dunk in Game 6? You saw that dunk in Game 6 against the Nuggets?
Get up there. He's lengthy. He's a great defender.
He's crazy.
He's been great for the Timberwolves. A great booster. He's been filling empty spots. He's the new DiVincenzo, just in a different form. Not
for real.
Type, but
for
the energy,
real. For real.
I've really enjoyed him. He's great, man. So we'll see what he can do. We'll see if they can come back against San Antonio.
Yeah.
Because they looked good in Game 1, but Game 2 they just forgot the whole game plan, bro.
Nah, for real. Because because they really look confused out there, Shano. Like they look very confused. They look dazed. Ant didn't look like Ant. I mean, obviously he was supposed to be out for 2 weeks. He came back in a few days. Not even
100%.
At all. No, he's not even 50. He's not even 50%, Sean. He's not even 50%. He's lucky if he plays 15 minutes without, you know what I'm saying, like it hurting too bad. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. McDaniels, we speak of TJ Shannon we speak of TJ Shannon very highly. Gobert defensively. Gobert defensively is still one of the top 5, if not 2 or 1 in when it comes to shot blockers in the league. He is number 1, number 2. Him and Chet are right there, literally. And I think Gobert has the edge because one, he's taller and he has more awards. But anyway, that's besides the point. And then you have your bench, which I think arguably the Timberwolves have a top 10 bench in the league for sure. I think their depth, including with Io, and that gives you an extra 15 off the bench that you definitely need. So in all that I just said, I agree with you, Sean. TJ Shannon is a dog. And he's super athletic. He gives me Gerald Green vibes. He can just yam the thing into the thing, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
I don't know why they didn't play him more in the regular season. I don't know why he's like a playoff only addition to those.
It's the same thing they did with Rob Dillingham, Sean. Never gave him a chance.
It's just strange.
Never gave him a chance.
I think he should be full time all season long.
I think he should be too.
But it is a nice secret weapon to have, for sure. The Timberwolves, man, they were really exciting before Game 2. We'll see if they can bounce back tonight.
I mean, it's not over yet, Sean. They still got 5 more games to go, potentially 6. So
I'm rooting for the Spurs, obviously, because I just think that I don't want to see a hurt Anthony Edwards conference finals. You know what I mean?
I get it.
They couldn't beat OKC last year, and they have damn sure not beating them this year.
Yeah, especially look, you see how Luka is affecting the Lakers and how that's happening. OKC is whooping their ass right now, Sean. It's looking bad, real bad.
Probably would be anyway, but not helping.
Honest, facts. Fair enough.
Yeah, we'll get into the Lakers in a minute. Let's circle back to Boston real quick. That series. You think the Game 7 loss? Do you think it was more about Boston or Philly? You think how good Sixers were or how bad Celtics were, you think?
I think it's how good the Sixers are, honestly, for being honest. I mean, listen, yes, Boston hasn't won in 2 years, but Philly hasn't won in fucking forever? When's the last time Philly won a chip? Since Moses Malone, Dr. J and them
70s.
back in the 70s, I think, or like early 80s, I think 82, I believe they won the title, 83, something like that. So that's what I'm saying, 77, I think 82 or 83 they won as well. So when it comes to Philly, like the past 10 years or so, they've been, you get Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons, you get all these pieces for this one player, and it doesn't work. Now you run a 4-man squad between a rookie who's on the uprising, you have a veteran who can still ball like an all-star, you have a rising star who's going to superstardom with Tyrese Maxey, which I think he already is a superstar, and Embiid, who is the process himself. I think Philly had more to prove than Boston. Because Boston already proved themselves in the regular season. It's not like they were frauds. Like, they won legitimate tough-ass games against tough-ass legitimate contenders, Sean. Like, there were no fluke by whatsoever. But we have to we have to say what the truth is. Boston sold. They fucked up. It's okay. It's okay. Joe Mazzulla is one hell of a coach. Jaylen Brown is first-team All-NBA worthy. Derek White, if there was a Role Player of the Year award, he should have gotten that 5 years in a fucking row. Like, legitimately. Jason Tatum has always been a first team All-NBA for the past couple of years. Is a top 10 player, top 5 to 7 when healthy. Like, for real. But I will say about Boston, this is not a red flag whatsoever, but I am throwing up the yellow flag because this is the same, like I said before, Sean, this is the same roster y'all ran with in the regular season. So, and
really just got unlucky a little bit. The shots weren't falling at the wrong time, and then Tatum is out when they need him.
Listen. Originally, the game of basketball is to put the ball in the hoop by whatsoever. So they chose to shoot threes all game. That's on them. That has nothing to do with Philly. They wanted to chuck threes all game. That's on them, Sean. That's on them. Philly did what they were supposed to do, and they won the game, and now they're facing the Knicks in the second round, while Boston's in fucking Cancun with Deuce.
So it sounds like you might be a little bit more on how bad Boston was then.
No, because Philly had more to prove. Everybody, listen, throughout the regular season, exactly. Oh, like Embiid's not the same. That MVP was a fluke.
Is he gonna play even? He can't use.
Is he gonna play? Is he gonna play? And this isn't just about Embiid. It's about the whole Philly. Can Maxey carry them? Okay, PG's back. Now VJ is now in this. Now he's running plays. Now he's doing this. So now you incorporate your squad with Oubre, Drummond, with Campaign, Quinn Grimes. That team can make it farther than we expected. As a 7 seed, this is a team that, like, you can't just quit out just because they're a lower seed. Like, they beat Boston in 7. I know without Tatum, without Vuk, but Tatum was in 6 out of the 7 games. So what's y'all excuse? Y'all ain't got no excuse. And it wasn't like it was a blowout. It was a 9-point game, 10-point game, something like that.
I really like how they balanced the young talent with the veterans. You know, they brought in the young talent, they developed them, they drafted VJ, they gave Maxey the green light to be the number 1 option, like he should be. He's the most reliable Sixer, and you know, I think it's worked out perfectly. It's kind of just like, look, we got the young guys. If PG and Embiid, if you guys can't get it together, we're gonna rely on them, and we're gonna do what we got to do. And luckily, Embiid and Paul George heard the call. Besides Embiid's recent injury, and they really just shook hands and put both together to really steer the ship forward. And they've had a lot of momentum. They had a lot of momentum against the Celtics, which I think is what really killed Boston. I think it's just about how bad Boston was, because if someone told me they would blow a 3-1 lead to the Sixers, like 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, I would have laughed in your face. I would have not believed you. And so, just to fall apart that badly and do that poorly without Tatum, which they've been able to play well and secure the 3rd seed, third or second they finished, top 3 seed, without your best player in a year that many thought would be a down year, it would be a gap year, and just to lose all of that in Game 7 is just it's glaring. And you know, Philly's momentum was looking great. They were unpredictable, hard to game plan against because of Embiid being in and out of the lineup, because they go to it. They really play a lot differently when he's not out there. They play a lot faster, more movement, more guys running around, shooting. You know, the edge comb becomes a bigger factor. And then when he's here, they just throw it to him in the post, and he controls the offense. And so, yeah, they were unpredictable against Boston. And all that momentum is now seemingly gone against New York, because New York has just shut them down. Maxey looks affected a lot by them. They've been game planning against him really well, making it a lot harder for him to get his buckets. The Knicks defense, man, has looked really good ever since the great lock-in against Atlanta in Game 3 or 4. They really turned it around. We'll see what happens tonight. I think it's a must-win for Philly if they want a chance at this series. But yeah, man, we're looking at right now, we're looking at another. Embiid got hurt in the second round. No conference finals. Just the same stuff, man. The same stuff every year.
Yeah, but I mean, this is the farthest the Sixers have gotten in a couple of years. So, I mean, listen,
We'll see.
I will take this as a win for Philly. You beat a top 2 seed in the East possibly a top 5 seed in the whole NBA. I'm taking that and I'm running with it. As if even if we lose in the second round, I don't give a damn if we get swept. Shit, I beat Boston in the first round, motherfucking 7. You hear me? And I gave you a 30 ball in the last 2 games. Stop playing. You hear me? That's how Embiid.
But Boston shit the bed.
No, but Sean, you have to understand. I know they shit the bed, but Sean, Philly had more to prove. During the regular season, Philly wasn't even considered to be a playoff team at this point. They were still playing. They got beat by Charlotte. Or did Charlotte beat them?
I think.
Okay, so they beat Charlotte. But okay, so they beat Charlotte.
They got the 7th seed, yeah.
Yeah, so they lost to Orlando and they beat Charlotte. Great.
No. The Sixers got the 7th seed. That was the 7th seed is a 1 game. Is what if you win the first.
Oh, so they beat Charlotte. Okay. So they beat Charlotte. Great. Okay, they beat Charlotte, bro.
No, I think they played Miami. I think they beat Miami. And then Miami played. I don't remember. It doesn't matter.
No. Charlotte played Miami. Orlando played the Sixers.
They beat
the Sixers won against Orlando. Orlando played Charlotte. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So the Sixers won against a physical defense team against Orlando, and then you come into Boston, right? And you go to 7 with them, Sean, you have more to prove, and I'm taking that as a win because next year, then we can improve. We can see how Embiid is with his knee.
How many years can you push it back with him, man? He only gets more and more injured, and Paul George only gets older. You know, like it's you got to build around Edgecombe and Maxey at some point.
No, I get it, but I just think you need. I would say, give it 1 more year. See how he really feels. See how he really feels.
Round, they got to get to the conference finals. You know, like Embiid's never made it. The process, man. They've never made it to the conference finals. That everybody thinks of that when we talk about Embiid, and if they don't, you know, it's looking like they're about to miss out again because of the same reasons. Embiid's not healthy in the postseason. You know, it just seems like a familiar story to me. But anyway, let's go back. Let's talk about the Denver Nuggets. Reportedly, anybody is on the table besides Jokic this offseason. So if you're, what do you think the move is for Denver this offseason? Do you think they should stand pat, or do you think they've got to make some major changes?
Well, I mean, look, you gotta look at it like this, right? Denver should have never let Minnesota. Matter of fact, it should have been forced to 7, but Denver fucked up and McDaniels screwed, and McDaniels proved that they don't have any defenders. I mean, what did he say that was wrong, Sean? Jokic can't defend. Murray is not a good defender. Like
they
no.
Defend, but they're not good enough. And
they're not good. They're not good. They're not good, motherfucker. It's over with. Denver lost to Jaden McFucking Daniels, my nigga. Without Ant. Nigga had Julius Randle as his second option, Sean. I don't give a fuck what Denver fans have to say, bro. It's time for a roster change or something.
They were missing their 2 best.
Y'all traded Michael Porter Jr. for that weak ass nigga Cameron. What's his face? Cameron Johnson.
They were missing.
Stop it, bro.
They did that for financial purposes to keep.
Hey. But guess where that landed them, Sean? In fucking Cancun with fucking Boston and them. Stop playing.
They were missing Watson and Gordon.
I don't give a fuck. You have your 2 all-stars on the fucking team. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I don't. There's no excuse. See, that's not true. That's just not true. That's not true. Maybe in the 2000s that's true. That's not true now. That's not true now, nigga. No. Let me tell you something, bro.
The last few championships have had good defenders.
You said Jokic is the best player in the league, correct? Yes or no?
I still think so. I still stand.
Right. Great. Why did he lose to Jaden McDaniels? And I don't want to hear no bullshit about injuries. Ant was injured. and is one of your best defenders. Stop. See,
they didn't have the defense capable. They weren't.
I don't give a fuck about the defense. You have your 2 best all-stars on the team. I don't give a fuck about defense right now, gang. Rudy Gobert, okay, like why?
The Timberwolves surprised them, and they were hard to game plan for. They had bad shooting nights at the wrong times. Murray and Jokic both had bad shooting splits in too many games, and they kept letting Minnesota score, and if you're not putting up enough points to stay with them, you gotta defend them. And they just didn't have the defensive personnel out there or the right coaching schemes, in my opinion, honestly. I think they're definitely most likely going to get a new coach. Because coaching can fix a lack of personnel sometimes. And, Gordon was in and out all year. Watson just couldn't suit up for the playoffs. So they were already missing their good defenders, but the defense was a mess from the start, honestly. And it just wasn't enough. And, the Thunder pride themselves on defense. They won the championship last year on that philosophy. Celtics, 2024, they had Drew Holiday, Derek White, 2 great defenders. We can keep going. 2023, who won that? The Nuggets. They had good defenders at the time. Gordon was healthy. They had Bruce Brown. I can go on and on. You need a good, at least solid defense to go far in the playoffs. And the Nuggets the Timberwolves just could score at will. That's just not going to cut it. I don't think they should make a major move, honestly. I don't think you should overreact to this. I think Jokic and Murray have proven to be great. I think you just need to take some pressure off of them, and you need to get more scores. You need to get good two-way guys who can defend well and put the ball in the hole, can shoot, can cut. They need depth. Honestly, I think they were a little naked. I think they were a little top heavy. Jokic and Murray just looked gassed, man. They looked gassed. They looked like really tired in the honestly by the second half of every game, and they had a large minutes load in the regular season, and then they had to play a bunch of minutes in the playoffs and basically do all the offense because they had no other options outside of them on a consistent basis. And you're right, man. They lost MPJ, who could have helped them this series. He was the third option, and Cam Johnson just wasn't as good as they had hoped he would be. He wasn't knocking down as many shots, and so, yeah, just too top heavy, man. In my opinion, I don't think you should overreact to this. Obviously, listen to calls, see what you can get, but don't blow up something that works just because of one playoff series where you weren't 100% healthy. I just wrong place, wrong time, I think. It's a winning formula.
It's not.
Don't make the wrong move, honestly. Just don't make an impulsive decision. Because you see a lot of teams make desperate moves to land big players. Just, Suns got Kevin Durant. How did that work out? They got Bradley Beal and tried to load that up and load up on scores, and that just wasn't working. They shouldn't listen to the noise too much when they've had a winning team past few years. Get a new coach, get defenders, and try to run it back. In my opinion, I don't think they should overreact. Let's move on to the second round. Let's get into some of these series that are happening right now. We talked about Knicks Sixers a little bit. Cavs Pistons. Detroit really has a step over Cleveland right now. We got into the Cavs earlier. How they just don't seem to be able to find the right looks. the right offense, not fluid enough. What do you think about Detroit? You think they've stepped up their play, or do you think Cleveland has just been such a mess that they've been able to take advantage of it?
Both. Cleveland has been a mess. I said this. Harden's not clutch in the playoffs. Harden's not clutch in the playoffs. He's done. It's over. Cleveland has zero chance. I think Detroit is playing better basketball than they have the first round, especially Cade. Tobias Harris
he's getting double-doubles again.
No, I don't. I understand that, but Tobias Harris is your solidified second option as of right now.
He was great last game.
I couldn't care less about what Jalen Duren did in the regular season. The regular season is over. It is the playoffs. Tobias Harris has averaged over 20 this whole playoffs. Jalen Duren averaged 8 points in the first round. I don't trust shit he got to say.
That's great. The Tobias Harris stuff is great this round against Cleveland, but I think that might be the reason why they can't beat New York. I mean, who knows, honestly. They were able to beat them. They dominated them the regular season in every matchup. But when Tobias Harris is your second option, that I don't think you can win important series. Maybe they can get past New York because of the matchup. They just seem to have their number. But the playoffs is a different animal, and if they make the finals, I just don't think they can beat OKC or San Antonio. The Spurs, a few weeks back, they looked just terrible against. Cade couldn't get anything because they had no other option, and his threes, his shot wasn't falling, and he couldn't get any layups because Wemby's standing right there. So too much Cade, and Tobias Harris is your second option. And Cleveland's just sitting in the bed right now, and so I think they're going to get somewhat of a free route to the conference finals at this rate. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Playoffs is a different animal. Lakers Thunder. Does anybody think that this series isn't over already?
Nope. Move on. Next series, it's over. It's over.
Lakers look a little bit better.
Sean.
Too many mistakes.
Sean. It is fucking over. It is a sweep, with or without fucking Luka. The Thunder are just good. The refs are giving Shea and everything. No, and they're not better. They're giving them fucking calls.
I think it's both.
What the
they're
fuck?
Better and they're getting calls. They're better and they're getting calls.
What are we talking about? Yes, they have more. Luka's out. Your 35.5 per game scorer is gone. He's out with a hamstring.
They're just way deeper.
And why the hell is Ric Flair on his Instagram talking about come back from a grade 2 hamstring injury? Bitch, he can't fucking walk. How do you think he's gonna be able to dribble the fucking ball between his legs and run down the fucking court 94 feet? Sean?
I don't.
It's over.
I've heard that Luka's not coming back at all in the second round.
It's over. 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 The Thunder are winning in 4.
Yeah. All right.
They're going to be the first team. Look, they're going to be the first team to sweep the whole entire fucking playoffs. Watch.
San Antonio can beat them. San Antonio.
Watch. No.
Regular season.
With the way they playing right now and the way the refs are just giving them bullshit calls, no one is winning a game unless somebody gets 60. Somebody gets 60.
I'm liking San Antonio against them. I think.
Listen, I do too. But when you drop a game against Minnesota without Ant being 100%, that gives me concerns about you.
It was game 1.
I give a damn about nothing. I give a damn about that. I give zero damns about that, my guy.
They blew him out. Game 2, they blew
You're
him
in
out.
San Antonio. Why the fuck are you losing in your own goddamn crib? And Ant Edwards isn't 100%, Sean.
Because it was the experience factor. They weren't ready
I
for
don't
that.
stop.
They
Experience
weren't ready for how they
factor.
played.
Experience
And then
factor
they were
my
able to look at
ass.
film, readjust, and they look what happened. It was 133 to 80.
Experience my ass.
We'll see what they do tonight, but last game
I give a
was
fuck.
a complete turnaround.
They could have won game 1. Yes or no?
They were close. It was a close game.
They could have won. No.
Possession game in the
Look at the final possession of the game. Josh,
It's an experience thing. It's an experience
Champagne missed the last shot. They could have won that game, Sean. There is no excuse for why they fucking lost. There's no excuse. He missed the last shot. It's not like it's not like he threw that bitch from half court. He shot the shot from the 3-pointer. What are you talking about?
The Timberwolves have made the conference finals the last 2 seasons. They've had a lot of playoff experience.
With a healthy ant.
Are so young that we didn't expect them to be in the playoffs, and now they're in the second round. And look, we've been talking about you especially. You are an experienced guy. You said you take the more experienced team. Was this I think the Timberwolves stole a game based off of that veteran playoff experience, and the Spurs were able to readjust and shut them down in game 2. And I believe they'll win tonight and ultimately take the series. What do you mean? No, you don't think?
They don't win this series.
What happened to experience matters?
They don't win this series.
You don't think the Spurs win the series? No. After last game?
Experience does. No, I don't think they win. I think it goes to 7. It's gonna be a tough ass series.
The Timberwolves are just gonna run out of gas. They completely forgot the game plan last game. I think the Spurs will get them figured out.
Look, I'm saying this right now as we speak. Friday, May 8th, 2026. Wolves winning in 7, motherfucker. That's all I gotta say about it.
Well, I'll catch you in 2 weeks, and I'll tell you how you
so if they win, Sean, I don't want to hear shit from you. You better. I need straight positivity from you. You feel me? There is no rebuttals and none of that shit. None of that shit.
Hold that thought.
Come on, man. None of that.
So you're really digging in on year of the upset here.
Yeah. Hey, you heard what I said.
All right.
You heard what I said.
What do you think of Giannis' current value right now? I was rethinking that recently. The guy's missed the last 3 the guy's been out with injury the last 3 playoffs, and we've heard a lot of talk about what crazy offers teams would have to give for him. Like, is it worth it at this point?
Look, let me tell you something. When it comes to trading, right, trade value, you have to match it or give draft picks that are able to match what you're offering. So it's 2 first rounders.
Entire future for a 34-year-old.
Hey, that 34-year-old has been averaging 30 for the past 4 seasons.
And been out.
I don't give a damn. I give 0 damns about that. I give 0 damns. He is more healthier than AD, where Giannis can give you facts. Giannis can give you 36 and 15 every night. Every night, Sean, he can give you 36 and 15. But to your point, yes, he needs to be healthy for the playoffs, 100%. But to make the playoffs, what do you need, Sean? Something he didn't have. Something he wasn't something that he didn't get. He got Doc Rivers, a bum ass coach, Hall of Famer, by the way. It's all love when we.
They're not a winning.
But he's a Hall of Fame coach. Either way, he won the title with the Celtics back in 2008. With KG and the Big 3 and them, whatever. But since then, what the fuck has he done, Sean? Nothing. Sold games. He's more known for selling games, for selling 3-1 leads in playoff series than winning a goddamn chip with KG and them. That's what he's known for. Is selling 3-1 leads in the playoffs. That's what he's known for. So the fact you put him on a team with a superstar, you put him on a team with the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar of the Bucks today, Giannis is the Kareem of today. Literally. I mean, literally.
It's more like the Shaq of today. Honestly.
I think, sure, but I think Kareem had more of like a. That's another conversation. Another day. We'll talk about that later. Anyway, we'll talk about that later. Anyway, but like teams like Miami, New York, Chicago, LA, I'll dare to say Dallas, big market teams are going to only trade for him. So that means teams like Sacramento, Brooklyn, Indiana, that shit is over with. There's only 8 teams, 7 or 8 teams that he would go to. And even then, that still wouldn't be enough. Because Giannis is a once-in-a-lifetime generation player. A 6'11", 275-pound Greek freak who literally can run down 94 feet in seconds.
I hear that. I agree. He's a top 3 player in the league. Don't get me wrong. But, look, this isn't 3 years ago. You know, he's got miles on him now. We've seen him, like, I can give you the whole timeline. 2026, this year, 36 games played, missed playoffs. I mean, not his fault, but he was 36 games played. And 2025, injured and first-round exit to the Pacers. 2024, injured and out the entire first round. I believe, I don't remember. It was Pacers. It was Pacers again, yeah. And then 2023, goes down in game 1 with a back injury and first round exit to the Heat, who eventually, that's 2 eventual finals teams, the Pacers and the Heat in 2025 and 2023. But, you know, the Bucks were favored both years. That's 3 straight years of being injured at the worst time possible. And he's only getting older. We know how this goes with guys. He gets beat up a ton just the way he plays, and you know, I just don't get me wrong, value, he's up high in value. He's a top 3 player in the world, you know, top 2 arguably. But I don't know if I would give the farm anymore. And it's not a knock on him. It's not because I don't believe he can win. It's just because when I need you most, are you going to be there? Can your body sustain it? You're not a long-term asset, you know? He's a short-term asset, and that's just the reality. And I just don't think I want to give 5 picks to risk it all for a championship that he may not be healthy enough to go out and compete for. And I need to at least count on my future. You know, if I'm a team like Cleveland, I think I'm pretty sure there was an offer at the deadline. It was the Bucks were asking for Evan Mobley and all of their picks, basically all of their first round picks. And honestly, you know, you could say what you want about the Cavs. You know, we're all down on them right now. Whatever. Mobley is not there yet. He's not where we want him to be. Get rid of him. Oh my God, Giannis to the Cavs. Think about how amazing that would be. But I just don't. I wouldn't do it if I was Cleveland, because you're getting older. Then you'd have 3 guys. It would be a little bit of a Clippers, you know, unction, man. You know, it would be kind of Harden, Mitchell, and Giannis. No, I just don't think it's worth it. You know, in today's NBA, the younger, healthier teams do better. You know, the Pacers last year, they were young and healthy, and they were able to last through the playoffs the longest in the East. And same with the Thunder. You know. And Celtics weren't old either in 2024. You know, I just don't think he's worth a lot. That he shouldn't. The Bucks should get a good return, but it's just, I don't know. I'm thinking unless I'm 100% sure that I don't have any other choice, or I just want to take a gamble. I don't think I'm giving the farm. If you're already a good team right now who's close, knocking on the door, like San Antonio, they completely backed out of the talks at the deadline for him, and rightfully so, because look where they are now, and they don't even have him. But you know, I don't know. I'm just raising an eyebrow at acquiring Giannis. A few months ago, a couple of years ago, it was a no-brainer. like, yes, anything you want if he's on the market. But now it's just, I don't know, man. It's 3 years now of injuries, 4 if you include this year with the 36 games. I just don't like where this is going. I don't know if it's worth giving all your future because, teams have been built through the draft these days. All the past championships have been organically built through the drafts and picks and gathering young assets, and older teams just can't seem to win it anymore. And Giannis's body demands too much. Just the way he plays. He's getting up there, man. Those mid-30s. So, I don't know.
Yeah, I agree.
You hear what I'm saying? I just don't know if he's worth I don't know if I would risk that. It's a dangerous game.
I mean, yeah, but again, he's proved that he can do this year and year, time and time again. So I would. But then again,
you're willing to risk it? But what if he doesn't play? What if he ends up injured again, and then it's like, shit, we gave all that stuff and he just couldn't suit up?
Then they're just gonna have to take it on the chin. But if I'm trading for Giannis, I'm going to give it everything I got. He's a top 3 star, 2-time MVP, defensive player of the year, Finals MVP. What are we talking about?
What are your top 3 Giannis destinations in terms
New York, Chicago?
In terms of most likely to go to.
New York, Chicago.
Why Chicago? Why Chicago?
What do you mean, why Chicago, Sean?
Bulls
it's a big market.
It's
a big Sean, listen what I'm fucking saying. It's a big market team. Big market teams. Big market teams.
The Bulls roster, you and I both know they're
going to give away Giddey. They're going to give away, I don't give a fuck. They're going to give away Montas. They're going to give away every fucking body. They're going to give away the goddamn new GM. That's what they're going to do. They're going to bring in Giannis. They're going to, yes. So I'm saying Chicago because they're going through a rebuild, and
New York depends on what happens this year. If they go out and make the finals, win the championship, why do you need Giannis?
Yeah, I think you trade him for Cat. I think that's a fair trade. Cat for Giannis, or Cat, maybe Mikal Bridges.
So that's assuming they come up short.
Maybe a Landry Shamet or like a Alvarado, and then a second round pick or something like that. Like,
to me, that's a last resort panic button for the Knicks.
But then again, I mean, LA could start over the bus again and say, fuck Luka, fuck Reeves, fuck LeBron, and say, I'm going to bring Giannis over, which is unlikely to happen, very unlikely to happen. But again, I think LA, maybe Houston, and KD has always been skeptical on teams. He just wants to win. It doesn't matter what team he's on. So that's always an option.
I'm going to crown the Blazers as heavy favorites to get Giannis. Just because, like, the Bucks, they have the Bucks picks from the Dame trade, and the Bucks would want those back. Giannis' 2 teammates that he loved, Drew Holiday and Dame, are there. It just seems like a perfect situation. Small market team. The only flaw here that I'm seeing, the Blazers have enough talent to give too as well, but the only flaw I'm seeing here is that it's too far away from Greece. It's gonna make that Greece flight a little too long. But take that what you will. But I think fit wise, the best spot for him. And I don't know why. It's a win-win for both sides. The Bucks can get what they want. The Blazers have enough talent to offer them, as well as their former draft picks that I'm sure they're wanting to get back. And then Giannis gets to reunite with teammates that he got unfairly stripped from him in trades and all that. And it's a small market team. He doesn't like big market teams outside of maybe the Knicks, because he likes New York City. So I don't know why people aren't talking about Portland. I think they're runaway favorites. At least fit wise, for a trade. Before we go, the draft lottery is this Sunday. Yes, you heard that right. At around like 2 p.m., something like that. Weird timing. It's Mother's Day right before the playoff games. It's a little weird. But what team do you think deserves the top 3 pick? And so, yeah, let's each name a team who deserves a top 3 pick, and then a team that would be fun to have one. So kind of like your realistic pick, like these guys, they give them the pick. You know, who you think needs the pick, and then who you want to have the pick. What would get you excited? You know?
I would probably say the one who deserves a top 3 pick. I'm just gonna say I think Chicago needs a top 3 pick. As biased as I am, we just need one. We need one bad.
Anything, they just something good.
Bad. We deserve one. The last good first round pick we had was 08, Derrick Rose. But since then we really haven't done jack shit. Stop it. Anyway, like the last good one, Sean.
Is he not good?
I'm not saying he's not good, but last relevant one.
Pick. He was a top 10 pick in the first round.
Nigga, Derrick Rose was a number 1 pick.
A lot of people had him going 1 in the pre-drafts. 2024.
Gang, I'm talking about legitimate first round picks, top 3 picks. Derrick Rose was the last good one for Chicago. That was legitimate, that brought life to the city. Mm-hmm. A team that would be fun to have, or I feel like the Jazz can definitely cook something up. You got JJJ, you got Laurie, you got Keontae George, you got Isaiah Collier, you got Walker Kessler. Imagine having, Dybasta or Daryl Pearson or, Darius Acuff, Cam Boozer out there. You know what I'm saying? So that would be great. Somebody like Yaxel Lindeborg from Michigan. That would be crazy. You know what I'm saying? So, what?
Ooh.
You just said who?
Repeat that again. Who was that?
Yaxel Lindeborg from Michigan. Why are you looking so confused?
I'm sorry. I've never heard of him. My college ball isn't great, but I'm pretty familiar with this.
Oh, please get the fuck out of here. Did you not watch the national chip?
I actually didn't.
Michigan won the
I haven't heard anything about him being projected.
Michigan won a national championship, dumbass.
So what? You think Walter Clayton Jr. should have been the 1 pick?
You know what? Okay, I said my 3. I said my piece.
I think a team that definitely deserves it would be Sacramento, because their last top 3 pick was 2018 Marvin Bagley. I mean, you could argue that they're just gonna fumble it anyway, so why give it to them? But the Kings just need something good, man.
They suck. They're trash. They're fucking horrible.
It's kind of self-inflicted, but I just think they've lost enough games. They've been bad enough, man. Shouldn't the worst team get the pick? And to comment on your Jazz pick, they sure tried pretty hard to get that. So I would hope they would hope they get a high pick, or else they rested all those guys and lost those games on purpose for no reason. I mean, it was pretty blatant at the end of the season. They just told Markkanen to just go home. So I think the team that I think would be my fun one, and I mean, come on, you know what I'm gonna say. I have to say the Hawks just as my fun one. They have the Pelicans pick that could get the 1 pick, could be top 5.
This nigga, bro.
I gotta say Hawks.
Stupid ass.
I'm a Hawks fan. They got young talent, great. Come on, tell me that wouldn't be exciting if they got a high pick. Hawks get Dabansa, Peterson, Boozer. I mean, that's awesome. That's awesome. We're looking at a new Trey, man.
This guy right here.
But in all seriousness, my honorable mentions.
Nigga got honorable mentions.
This one's a little bit crazy. I don't think they should get this, but I think it would turn some heads if the Warriors got a high pick in the draft randomly. You know how it is. The Mavericks got Cooper Flag when we've seen mediocre, not horrible teams get high picks randomly. So Yeah, I mean that's my sleeper candidate. You know, I think it would be a little fun. It's like, okay, wow, whoa, Steph Curry and you know, Cameron Boozer.
Yeah, that would be cool.
So I just
That'd
wanted
be
to throw
cool.
that out there. And then my second honorable mention is Indiana, who has a real shot at a good pick, at a high pick. They finished pretty low,
Yeah.
last in the East without Halliburton, and they're already going to be pretty good next year. They got Zubats at the deadline. Halliburton's coming back and all that. So they're already going to be good, and then you add a young talent, like a top 3 pick in the draft, and it's looking amazing for Indiana. They're going to be even more exciting. So I got to say them as well. So it'll be interesting. We'll see what happens. We'll probably come on here in a couple weeks again and talk about who they rigged it for this year. But it's the draft lottery, man. Crazy stuff. And this is a good draft class too. So this one means a little extra. This one means a little more than previous have. So yeah, that's it for the pod, everybody. We will catch you guys in 2 weeks. We just ran the back-to-back because I had some stuff going on next week, so we couldn't do our usual schedule. But yeah, that's it for today. Hope you all are enjoying the playoffs. We sure are. Make sure to follow us on socials at pickandroll_4. Yeah, we'll catch you guys next week.
Peace, y'all.
See ya.